So I've been seeing a lot of negative stuff online recently about SNAP benefits and the people who get government assistance. And so I just wanted to share my 2 cents with y'all. As someone who grew up in the South Bronx and Spanish Harlem and Bushwick, Brooklyn, some of the worst neighborhoods in New York City. My dad was a mechanic during the day, a tow truck driver at night, and we were on government assistance. We were receiving food stamps. And to keep it real with y'all, I'm pretty sure that my parents were not doing things the legit way, and they were probably scamming the system. Pretty sure that they wouldn't have been eligible otherwise. But I mention that because even with scamming the system, we still lived in the ghetto. So we weren't living it up as some people seem to think. Also, there were the folks who took advantage of the system, no doubt, who kept having kids and didn't do a lick to make themselves better. Those people existed. And then also the people who were on assistance for like a year or 2 or 3 until they picked themselves up and then they never got back on it again. Those people existed too. So I say that because every situation is unique and individual. And when we're thinking about how we spend our tax dollars, you could liken it to the educational system, right? You're gonna have a kid who's in the back, who doesn't care about learning, who's disruptive, who's, cutting class and not paying attention and failing, whatever. Do you close all schools because of that kid, because of those kids who are like that? No, you keep it open for the ones who do want to learn, who are going to use our educational system to benefit themselves. You're thinking about the masses and the general health and well-being of all of America. I think I look at it from a different aspect. It was important for me as a child who grew up with government assistance I never wanted to ever do that, to be reliant on government assistance. And knock on wood, I haven't to this day, but I don't know what's gonna happen 5-10 years from now. Maybe someday I will. And I wanna know that my tax dollars are going to something that if something happened to me, that would be there, regardless of that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people out there who are abusing the system. I still think it's a good thing, because ultimately I think that when you help the most Americans, you help all Americans. I think we all benefit from it in the end. And if you want to reform that and do whatever you can, because I'm not saying I just want to give out money to everybody, I'm not saying that, but to get rid of something or to make fun of that, or that toast lady, like all this stuff that's going on, it's so freaking heartless. The whole lack of empathy, the I'm religious, but that breaks my heart for America. It really does.